H.R.61, Leading Against White Supremacy Act of 2023. With the holiday being what it is in America today, as you would imagine, some people are upset that this act was even brought up. And they're making false claims. They're saying that this act means that as a white person, if you ever criticize a black person, you've committed a crime. They're also falsely saying it makes it so the only people that can be charged with hate crimes are white people. Complete and utter nonsense, and when it's called out as nonsense, they make up even more things, or some of them just come out as racist. Well, Sheila Jackson Lee is responding to Lauren Boebert just spreading misinformation about this act. So let's read it. Let's read what she has to say. Lauren, you would think now that you're in the majority, you would actually consider reading the bills you tweet about, or maybe even hire someone who could help you. This tweet is inflammatory and factless, and you know it. For starters, it took me about 32 seconds of reading the article you cited to understand that none of you know what you are talking about. H.R.61 simply deals with adding white supremacy to a list of reasons to be convicted of a hate crime. So when the article states that only white people can be charged with this crime, that's flagrantly false. Your argument assumes that only white people can hold white supremacist views, and only certain groups of people can perpetuate violence motivated by white supremacy. I would hope now that your argument would not shift to, why is white supremacy being added to this law? That would be egregious. If so, are you going to deny that white supremacy played a role in the Charlotte's attack when Nazi sympathizers belched Jews will not replace us? Who is us? Further, are you going to deny that white supremacy played a role in the Buffalo shooting after the shooter cited replacement theory as his motive to begin a murderous rampage at the closest zip code with the highest black population? And then, are you going to deny that Trump-appointed director of the FBI testified in March 2021 under oath, under penalty of perjury, that white supremacy was the greatest domestic terror threat facing our country in the Senate Judiciary Committee hearing March 2nd, 2021? It is because of these acts that my bill, the Laws Act, adds to the section 249A1 of Title 18 of the U.S. Criminal Code, after the words race, color, religion, national origin, the language, or because a white supremacy-based motive against any person. Yes, white supremacy should be added to this law. Why? Because, as Director Rye testified, it's a major domestic terrorist threat. As the nation begins to celebrate Dr. Martin Luther King's birthday, and my mind is focused on his legacy, you have the audacity to take time out to spout off and misuse your Twitter account to discuss a bill you either don't understand or you haven't even read. Let me be clear. I'd be happy to sit down with you to explain the importance of this legislation. Or, on the other hand, if you desire to defend acts of white supremacy, or maybe be one of your heart's desires, that is your choice to make. It's protected by the First Amendment, and I fully support the protections of the First Amendment for every American. With that being said, I hope we can now all honor Dr. King's legacy together. So, maybe that'll help you understand what this act is trying to do.